Mark, I'd like to talk about trials, both what you do to prepare for them, or if you are involved in a trial as a witness or a plaintiff, what do you do to help you accomplish the goals that you need to accomplish?
Boy, that's a great question, Linda, because we could probably spend almost the entire 30 minutes today talking about what we do to get ready for trial, assisting our clients in getting ready for trial, talking with witnesses who are going to appear at trials. But our philosophy at Avera & Smith is to begin preparing a case for trial the moment we're hired. Most folks know that most cases resolve at some point, either through mediation or settlement negotiations. Probably only 1 in 20, 1 in 10 cases go to trial anymore because of the mediation process that Florida implemented several decades ago. But in order for the insurance companies to understand who will try a case if they're not being fair with a plaintiff, you got to start preparing from day one. And that's what we do with a team approach. It involves a lawyer who's assigned to the case with some fantastic staff that understand client service and putting a case together so that we step in front of a jury in court on the first day of trial, we're ready to go.
So you act as though you're going to trial from day one, and then if it's resolved through mediation, then that just is so much the better.
Well, you have to. When we try to make a reputation for trying cases when folks can't agree on what a fair resolution of the case is, insurance companies, they know the lawyers or law firms that go to trial and which ones do not. That's a big theme of whatever ads we do, or the importance of asking about lawyers that are board certified, which means they've tried cases and whether they've tried cases recently. When you prepare cases at the outset, you really get the best settlements for your client by doing that, because the lawyers who get the best jury verdicts typically get the best settlements for their clients. So starting from day one, preparing for trial is an integral part of what we do in representing our clients.
And one way that you would do that would be by hiring expert witnesses. Do you ever do that?
Well, sometimes. Expert witnesses are typically folks that have specialized training, experience, education in their field. And if they have knowledge that a typical layperson does not have, then we retain them to evaluate the case and tell us what they think about the matter that we're handling on behalf of our client. Where experts are most intensive is typically in the medical negligence area, both for the plaintiff and for the defense. You really cannot walk into a courtroom. Not really can't. You cannot walk into a courtroom and try a medical negligence case either on behalf of the healthcare provider or on behalf of the patient without experts. So when we say it's expert intensive, that means there are going to be several experts for both sides when one of those cases are tried.
And what about private investigators? For what reason would you hire a private investigator?
Well, they're part of the team as well. Sometimes my time is best served here in the office, preparing documents for the clients, preparing the matter for trial, and putting together a strategy for the trial. But as you might expect, there are witnesses, people who see things in matters, whether it's a motor vehicle crash, whether it's a workers' comp matter. There are people that see things and we need to find out what they saw. So we have our private investigator who will call and go see a witness and ask if they can talk to them, get a statement from them to find out what they viewed. And as we get closer to trial, typically the lawyer who's handling the case will sit down with that witness and ask them more questions and prepare them for trial in terms of, you're going to be asked questions. The most important thing is to just tell the jury the truth. There's really little that can go wrong if somebody sits in the stand and just tells the truth.
And that would help you to prepare, because you've got 5 or 6 different ways of looking at a certain accident or a certain situation, and it may give you a different read on how it actually happened.
Well, cases are fact intensive. Even in cases where there are lots of experts, they're fact intensive in that the case is always premised upon what are the facts of the case, how did it happen, when did it happen, who said what, who did what, before the incident and immediately after the incident. And typically those are fact witnesses. Those are lay people that happen to be there to see something, and they could add their input of what they saw at the time that something happened. That's always a very important component of any case.
Thank you, Mark. It's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes before you go to trial.
Certainly. Our pleasure.
Thank you.